Hello. This will be one of my several YouTube videos I've put up there in the past couple of years, a couple this year, but this is something that I really want to speak out because I've learned this. A tree of knowledge has fallen in my lap. And the tree of knowledge hasn't just dropped now. It's been years and years of someone chopping at the stem of the tree, chopping at its base, and finally it's fallen down. And so I'm going to start this off by saying the usual thing that I say. I am currently going to Alcoholics Anonymous. At least once a week I go to a meeting. And I have now been sober for almost 3 years. And the biggest lesson I took out of Alcoholics Anonymous is this: rigorous honesty. That's it. Forget everything else anyone can tell you about sobriety, about living a true life, about living, like a fulfilled life. If you can ignore anything else in any system of self-improvement, take just that one thing: rigorous honesty. If you're to watch any movie, any film, read any novel, any fictional novel, you will find that all the troubles that befall the lead characters or the characters around them is just because of dishonesty. Someone did something and they're trying to hide it. Someone is trying to cover something up. The cause of all our problems is because we are trying to cover things up. And for most people, it's as simple as, not saying the truth about your age. Maybe for women, it's not saying the truth about your age. For man, it's maybe lying about how much you earn, the kind of job you have. Simple things, it seems irrelevant in the moment, right? But we do lie about these things. But if you look deeper into yourself, you find that we lie about so many other things. And worst of all, we lie to ourselves. And I have been a victim to this for forever. Even to this day, this is something I'm fighting over and over again: how to not lie to myself. And I find that the biggest lie I have been telling myself over the years is that I am okay being where I am. Like, I don't aspire for much more than this. And even though I might vocalize that I do aspire to be a great writer, to be physically fit, to own a successful business, inside, I am not visualizing that potential reality. Inside, I am kind of choosing to accept the mundane, right? And I'm going to give you something that I've learned, and this is something that I want to speak out now, put it online, and not ever think about again. And what I have learned is this: I want to be a guru. I want to be your guru, because I have learned things over the years through my missteps, my fuck-ups. I have learned things that I believe are making me wiser and wiser over the years. And the reason I want to be a guru is because I know there are things that I can offer you that no one else is offering you. Why a guru? Am I trying to start a cult? Maybe I should start a cult. But the biggest thing I've learned through all my studies of, whether it's religion, whether it's philosophy, whether it's even Alcoholics Anonymous, is that people tend to listen to other people. People tend to, like we say, no, people don't listen, but they do. Especially that someone has wisdom they've acquired over years and decades, Think about Christianity. It was started by one man. Yes, that man was the Son of God, but nonetheless, it was one man. Everyone that came after the 12 apostles might not have known the one man, but they believed that what this apostle was saying about the one man was true, that this man was the Son of God. He could perform miracles. I have never met Jesus, but I pray to Jesus, right? Think about companies like Apple. When you think about Apple, you think about Steve Jobs, even though he's not alive, right? You think about Facebook, you think about Zuckerberg, right? You think about Microsoft, you think about Bill Gates. We listen to people, we worship people, we don't worship groups and institutions. No one is praying to the gods of Apple, but we really respect and admire the work of Steve Jobs, right? And so why do I say I want to be a guru? Because, like I've said, there are things I have learned that I can offer you if you're willing to listen, if you're willing to take time. And it's lessons that I am still learning at the moment. What I mean is this: If life was a university course, a university major, most of you're in the introduction course. I'm now doing my concentration courses, right? And I can bring you up to the concentration courses much faster. You don't have to make all the errors I did, because I made many errors. Like, talking about honesty, I now run a business. And when I say I run a business, people are impressed. Oh, you're amazing. How did you accomplish that? You've gone to a foreign country. You opened your own business. How did you do that? Truth is, my business is barely breaking even. My business, like, I'm not making any money from this business. I'm just paying the rent. But now that I say that, maybe some of you are like, oh, not as impressive. But you know what? I don't care. Because I took the leap. I jumped. And I understand that running a business takes time. It's going to take months, maybe years, for me to see any major returns from this business. But because of all the mistakes I've made in my life, looking for the shortcut, looking for the easy way out, I've learned one thing, that nothing good comes easy. Now, I can say that in words, and you'll probably listen to me. Oh yeah, you know nothing good comes easy. But have you experienced the pain that comes with falling after you chase the easy way out? Now, I have. Now, and I can articulate that in a manner that will make you fear taking the easy way out, because I have been there several times. So, I want to be a guru. And this has been my contention with other AA members, is that I do believe AA is a cult. Now, they say it's not a cult because you don't have one leader. Fair enough. There is no one leader. But funny enough, another name for AA is Friends of Bill W. Bill W. is the alleged founder of Alcoholics Anonymous. I say alleged not because it isn't true, but because maybe someone has another story that I don't know. Bill W. was a guy, I think it's Bill Wilson, I could be wrong. He's the guy who is credited for founding AA. And now today, decades after his passing, we call ourselves Friends of Bill W. Tell me that's not a cult. And even though it's a cult, so what? Whatever they're doing in the cult is working. Oscar, who was getting drunk every day for years, hasn't touched alcohol in almost 3 years. Whatever they're doing in that cult is working. And another thing is this. The reason why I say it's a cult is because cults teach you, or rather they try to show you, a different way of living, an extreme way of living. And you might say, well, no, being sober isn't extreme. Well, it is if you are drinking every day. And it is when you walk into a bar or a restaurant or go out with your friends, and all your friends have wine and beer and vodka, and you have a glass of Coca-Cola, and your friends ask you, why don't you drink? You know what that means? That means drinking is very normal. So normal, in fact, that it is the only drug that if you do not partake, people ask you why you do not partake. I smoke cigarettes. I have my pack of Camels right here. When people see me smoking, they ask me, Oscar, why do you smoke? They don't say, Oscar, why don't you smoke more? But with alcohol, people they encourage you to drink. So the AA cult teaches you an extreme way of living, an abnormal way of living. And so maybe this is the life of the average man, the middle path as dictated by the Buddhists, right? The middle path. We don't drink too much, we just drink enough, maybe on the weekends, maybe just for fun with our friends. But now this is where Oscar and other alcoholics were. Extremism. We were getting drunk every day. We did not need people. In fact, most of us preferred drinking this much when we were alone. We tried to come to the middle, but we kept falling back to the extremes. And what is the cure to extreme living? What is the cure to extreme destruction, extreme decadence? The opposite extreme. Because the middle path is not working for us, so you go to the opposite extreme. So now in my cult, in the formation of my culture. Maybe you don't want to hear that word. In the formation of my organization. I want to show you an extreme way of living, because the way you're doing things is not working. The way you are doing things is not working, and you know it's not working. That's why you're listening to Andrew Tate. That's why you're listening to Hamza. That's why you're listening to Wes Watson. That's why you're listening to Joe Rogan. That's why you're listening to Joko Willink. That's why you're listening to David Goggins, because the way you're living your life is not working. And you know why I think about all those guys? Because I'm in a place right now where I can be honest enough about where I'm failing right now. I'm not David Goggins with decades of running marathons every single day. You know, like, I admire David Goggins, but looking up at that is like, bro, there's no way I can reach that tomorrow. There's no way I can reach that next month or next year. You're telling me I need 20 years to be like David Goggins? Seems a bit too far away. But what if you met David Goggins 5 years into his process, or maybe 2 years, and he tells you there's a new way to live? I can show you, because I just started and it's working pretty well. You will jump on the train very fast. And that's where I am, 2 years into my process. And I'm telling you, 2 years in, I can be a guru who's made the mistakes just yesterday. And I can show you, you do not have to make those same mistakes today. Keep watching, keep listening, and I will show you the way.